going to be tempering chocolate. So tempering is where you're stabilizing the fat crystals in chocolate. Out of the 6, you want number 5 stabilized and locked in so that that chocolate bar is nice and shiny, doesn't melt as easily. That's the tempering process right there. And it's got that shiny look to it and that hard snap. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. My favorite way to temper is the seeding method. So I have tempered chocolate from the last time I made chocolate, and that's what I'm going to use to seed this untempered chocolate. So I've heated the chocolate to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have to heat it to 110 so that all 6 fat crystals are totally melted out. And then I'm going to take my already tempered chocolate and I'm going to plant it inside here, and then I'm going to turn on the wheel so that it begins to cool the chocolate. This holds around 45 pounds of chocolate, but I got about 30 pounds of chocolate in right now. And then I'm going to lower the temperature to 92 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to go ahead and lower it to 92. And the commercial kitchen is air conditioned, so that speeds up the tempering process. Alright, I'm going to put my tempered seed in there. So I used to temper the chocolate at night after the kids went to sleep around 10 o'clock when the temperature had cooled off. And that was kind of really the best time to temper the chocolate. But having installed the air conditioning unit in our new commercial kitchen earlier this summer really changes things. Temperature is a big deal when it comes to chocolate making. So I've lowered the temperature on the machine to 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I've turned on the wheel so it's going to start cooling the chocolate, and it stirs in those tempered chunks in there. I used to temper by hand, so then I would have the tempered seeds in a bowl of melted chocolate with a temperature probe, and you're constantly stirring. And it takes about 20-30 minutes to temper the chocolate, so you're constantly stirring. You don't want all the tempered chocolate bits to melt out before it hits 92 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to make sure there's always a little bit of seed in there as the temperature is going down. Because if all the seed melts out before it hits 92, then it's not going to be tempered properly. So you're always keeping an eye on it, adding little tempered seeds, but not too much, because when it hits 92 and it's ready to pour, you don't want all these chunks in there when you're trying to pour the chocolate. So it's this balance. And then while this is tempering, I'm going to get boxes ready and my ingredients ready for chocolate making. So never any dull moments here.